Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to a new session of Quran for All. Today we will be starting with verse number 4, ayah number 4 of Surah Baqarah, inshallah. So let's start the verse. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the verse starts with Walladina. Walladina, we've already done these words. So wa is and then you have alladina, which is those who. Alladina, those who. We've also done the next word in the previous verses, which is yu'minuna, believe. And what does the ya and una sound at the end denote? They believe, right? So yu'minuna, believe, or they believe. Mean bima here. Now be we've already done when we did bismi, which was in. Be is used for in. Be and ma also we have done, which is what. So bima is in what. Bima in what. Unzila. Unzila is sent down. Root letters for the word unzila are noon, za, and lam. Unzila is is sent down. Right? The root letters nazala means to send down uh, at the same time, to send down all at once. Unzila is sent down to you, ilaika, to you. Ilaika is made up of two components. You have ila, which is a preposition, a harf jar, and you have ka. Ka is used as a pronoun, which means you. So ila plus ka is ilaika, to you. Wa and ma, what? Similar to what we did before. Ma is what and wa is and. So wa ma and what? Again, the same word. Unzila is sent down. Is sent down. Min from publica. Now, publica, what's happening with publica? You also have two components here. You have qabla and the ka. So, qabla is before. And what was ka? We've already done ka with ilaika. It was you. So, publica is before you. Min publica. Wa again and bil akhirati. Al akhirah, see there's an alif lam. So al akhirah is the hereafter. And the B, we already know what a B means. B is in. Bil akhirati, in the hereafter. Whom they yuqinuna. Again, we have a word with the ya sound and the una sound. So it is they are thoroughly convinced. Yukinuna are thoroughly convinced. Root letters for this word are ya, qaf, and noon. Yakin. What is yakin is to be thoroughly convinced, right? So whom yukinuna, they are thoroughly convinced. So let's go through the ayah once more. Walazina, and those who yu'minuna, they believe or believe. Bima, in what unzila is sent down, ilaika, to you, wama, and what unzila is sent down, min, from, qablika, before you, wa, and fil akhirati, in the hereafter, whom they yuqinuna, believe, or they are thoroughly convinced. So let's look at the verse. What is this verse telling us? The verse is telling us that وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ. Now this is a continuation of the muttaqeen, the qualities of the muttaqeen. Who are the muttaqeen? So the next quality is they are those who believe bima unzila ilaika, in what was sent down to you. Ilaika here, to you, is referring to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us that the muttaqeen are those people who believe in whatever was sent down to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wama unzila min qablika, and what was sent much before you, what was sent before you. So we believe in what is sent to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and what was sent to all the prophets before him. Then the verse is telling us, "Wabil akhirati," and in the hereafter, or and of the hereafter, they are thoroughly convinced. This word here, yukinuna. See, in the previous verse, Allah, what did Allah Subhanahu wa Taala tell us? That those who believe and those who establish, right? Even in this verse, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is telling us that those who believe in what is sent down. But when it comes to the hereafter, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala is telling that those who are thoroughly convinced, those who have yaqeen. The yaqeen in Arabic is something when someone is convinced of something really, really solidly, like it's like you've seen it with your own eyes. One thing is to be convinced when someone tells you something, like for example, if someone were to tell me that a particular brand of ice cream is really tasty, I will believe them. Okay. But when I taste that ice cream for myself, that's when I will have yaqeen. That's when I will be sure that it's tasty. Right. So that's yaqeen. That's how it is different from believing. Yaqeen is to be sure of something. So in the akhirah, they are thoroughly convinced of the akhirah. And if you see here, what happens is, if even in the previous verses and here, okay, it says those who believe in what was sent to you and what was sent, to those before you. But when it comes to the akhirah, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala mentions the akhirah first. So before it was, what they will believe, and then what they are going to believe in is mentioned later. But when it comes to yaqeen, the akhirah is mentioned first. And then it says, you can see the reverse structure of the sentence. It doesn't say that, and they have thorough yaqeen in the hereafter. It says, in the hereafter, they are thoroughly convinced. So, bil akhirah is mentioned first. It's brought, you can say it's brought before the verb. This is done to stress on something. This is done for emphasis. Whenever kind of what you're talking about is mentioned before the verb, then that's done for emphasis. So the hereafter, because that's important for you, that to you understand that the word akhirah here is important, and in the akhirah they are, or of the akhirah, they are thoroughly convinced. And another point that we can learn over here is that, when it comes to the akhirah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling that they are thoroughly convinced of the day of judgment. So, those people, we are talking about the muttaqeen, those people who are cautious, who are careful. And who will be a person who is cautious and careful of what they are doing now, of their actions, of their deeds. That person who has firm belief, who is thoroughly convinced, who has firm yaqeen in the hereafter. Because when they have yaqeen in the hereafter, that means that they know that they will have to face a judgment they will have to face the judgment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will have to give an account of their deeds. So when they know that they are accountable for something, that's when they are going to be convinced. That's when they are going to become the muttaqin. They're going to be cautious. They're going to be careful because they're going to be convinced of the accountability. So those people who are convinced, who are thoroughly convinced, who have yaqeen of the hereafter, those are the muttaqin. Let's go to the next verse. Now, what is the next verse telling us? Next verse is telling us ulaika, those. Ulaika is also used for pointing towards things, like we did with zalika. Ulaika is used for the plural. Zalika is used for the singular. Ulaika is used for the plural. Ulaika, ala is on. So those are on. Hudan, we've done this word, guidance. Those are the ones who are on guidance. Min is from. Rabbihim, their master. We learned about the word Rabb in Surah Al-Fatiha, and the home here is the pronoun their master. Rabbihim, their master. Wa ulaika, and those. See ulaika, the same ulaika here. So wow, wa and ulaika, those whom they, when it's and those they, when these kind of sentence structures are used, they are again for emphasis, and they are the ones. Al muflihun, the successful ones. Muflihun comes from the root letters fa, lam, and ha. Falaha means to be successful. So they are the ones who are successful. Ulaika, those, ala are on, hudan, guidance, meant from Rabbihim, their master, wa ulaika, and those whom they, al muflihun, are the successful ones. Let's look at the verse more closely. So this verse is telling us that these are the people, the muttaqin, those who believe in the unseen, those who establish prayer, those who spend from what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them, those who are thoroughly convinced, those who have the yaqeen of the hereafter. And these are the people of taqwa. These are the people who are cautious and who are careful. And they are the ones, ulaika, those are the ones that are upon guidance from their Lord, from their master, from their Rabb. And those are the ones who are muflihun. So these are the people who are committed to guidance from their Rabb. And these are the ones who are muflihun. We already saw that the root letters for this word are fa, lam, and ha. Falha, mufli or falla is also a word that is used for a farmer in Arabic, right? A farmer is someone who works hard for the entire year. He works hard in his field, he toils, and he looks after the crop, waits for the rain, and after a year's hard work, finally then the farmer is able to reap the benefits of his harvest. So mufli here, the success that is denoted by the word mufli, it is a different kind of success. It is a success where one puts in the effort first and then they reap the benefits of their success. It's not a success which just sit back and enjoy your success. Not that kind of success. It's the success which involves hard work, like the farmer. There's hard work for the entire year and then reaps the benefits of the harvest. Similarly, the muflih, the, these are the ones who are successful, and they're successful after putting in hard work and effort from their side. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from the muflihun. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.